Oh, hey, everybody. I'm in a car. I'm not in a truck. But Josh, only crackheads record videos in cars. Well, I guess we're going to have to start having a serious talk about my crack addiction. Just kidding. What's going on, guys? Don't worry. I didn't quit my job. I am finally out of the truck, and I am taking the weekend off. And I'm visiting some family that I haven't seen for quite a while, so how cool is that? I finally got a break from the truck, guys, and it's been 3 months. It's been 3 months in the truck before I finally got a weekend off. Because remember, they skipped my last home time. They told me, too bad, driver. You just get out there and you drive that truck. And I finally have gotten out. And I have made it home a couple times. I'd say about 3 or 4 nights maybe in the time I've been on the road, just because the loads allowed me to go through there. So that's been nice when I get to do that. But I'm exhausted, guys. Seriously. After 3 months in the truck, I feel like I got in a fight. It might be. It's possible that it's all the Fuel Island ass kickings that I've been getting, and they're finally catching up to me. But maybe I'm just tired from all the work I've been doing. It's hard to say, but I'm happy to be out. I'm a little confused. I was driving a car today. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I'm so confused. But I felt awkward sitting in the house with, people around and trying to record a video. So I came out to the car to record, like I said, like crackheads do. Because even when we get a break from work, the video must still go out. The video must still go out. So anyways, boy, there is a lot going on in the trucking industry right now. And I don't really know if I have many jokes today. I just want to talk about the things I'm observing and further reinforcing everybody else's idea that this is the beginning of the end, fellas. Like, trucking is getting real bad. Real bad. It's not about to get better. And just some things I've observed, some certain activities from my company, or actions rather, from my company that lead me to believe that we are entering some really, really bad times. And it's kind of scary to think about, because what we need, and people just say it, and I've said it too, but what we need is capacity to leave the market, for the market to be sustainable again. And what the hell does that actually mean? It means we need less people driving trucks. We need less trucks, which means to less people driving trucks, which means any one of us could be out on our asses at any minute. And that's kind of scary to think about, right? When you approach it more as, I guess, sort of a business mindset. I'm not a businessman. I'm just an idiot with a CDL. But when you say, hey, we need capacity to leave the market, then it sounds like, that's all good. But there's a real human cost to that, right? There's drivers out there that are losing their jobs. So I have noticed some things from my company, and that leads me to believe that they are aware that this is not going to get better. This situation is not going to get better at all. And I do wonder what you guys have noticed in your companies. Maybe if you want to drop it in the comments and tell me what you've seen. And we'll kind of go through the things that I've noticed. And like I said, unfortunately, this isn't one of my comedy videos. I probably don't have a whole lot of jokes to crack in this one. But just some observations and things that are you just really starting to speak to the state of the trucking industry right now, and just how bad we are, how bad we're all about to have it here. So one of the first things I noticed is my company sent out an email that they are no longer doing referral bonuses. Their focus has shifted to keeping the drivers that they have busy with loads that they can find. Now, maybe that's not exactly how they said it, but they are no longer giving out referral bonuses, which means the dynamic of the entire industry has completely fucking shifted. Now, I know back in the day, not too long ago, we heard people say driver shortage, and truckers would lose their fucking minds and say there's no such thing as a driver shortage, and maybe that's true, but we are definitely seeing now that that is not the case, and how we must long for the days when people talked about a driver shortage. Once we start hearing those words again, we are going to be in a lot better position. Once we start hearing about a driver shortage again, and I don't know if we ever will, if I'm being honest with you. People like to act like I'm crazy, and to a point that's probably true, but sometimes I feel like this is all done intentionally, by design. Right now, I'm going to get off on a little bit of a side tangent, but notice how the independent drivers, the owner-operators, just really got stomped out of the fucking market. And I think that was done on purpose. I think that, yeah, they meant to do that. I would not be surprised if the trucking companies were in cahoots, I tell you, with the oil companies, to raise the fuel prices to rates that they knew that an independent, like a single truck operation, could not handle, for the purpose of getting us out of the trucking industry if we weren't driving for a company. And I say us because I used to own a truck until it just got too unaffordable for me to even be in that business anymore. So I think that the fuel prices, because diesel's more than gas, guys, by like $1. We all know that. We're well aware. Diesel used to be cheaper than gas. It doesn't even make fucking sense. And it maybe does. Maybe there's a scientist in the comments that will tell me why diesel is more than gas now in a way that makes sense. I said scientist, by the way, not conspiracy theorist. I've had all the conspiracy theories I could take. Just kidding, as I'm making some up, right? As I'm saying, anyways, the trucking companies are in cahoots, I tell you, with the oil companies. I'm sitting here going, anyways, I don't have time for you guys' conspiracy theories. I'm kind of a dick, ain't I? No, I'm just playing to a point, but I'm curious why that is, if it wasn't done on purpose, right? And maybe rates were artificially driven down on purpose, some way or another, to get our asses out of the industry. And I think in a lot of cases, it fucking worked. It absolutely worked. So, anyways, I'm at Mom's house, and she just walked outside to see me sitting here looking like a crackhead in the car, wondering what the hell I'm doing. So I'll have to tell her about it. See, I didn't want to record in her house, and she's working right now, and she was doing in a meeting. Anyways, so she's probably like, why the hell is he sitting out in that car right now? It's not even, I don't even know whose car it is. I just got in the fucking thing. If I'm being honest with you, I just went and got in it. I don't know. I don't know whose car it is. Anyways, now I'm all embarrassed. Mom watches my videos, but she's walking by the car right now as I'm recording, so now I'm all self-conscious. Anyways, what was I saying as I'm all nervous over here now? I'm not, it's funny because my family and friends do watch my videos, but I really get worked up recording them in front of them. Anyways, what the hell was I saying? Okay, so they have gotten rid of referral bonuses. Now that's just at my company as far as I know. They've said, hey, we're just not going to do it anymore. No sense in incentivizing our drivers to help us find other drivers, because there is an overabundance of drivers. And it brings up an interesting thought. What if Prime did that? What if Prime were to say, we're not going to give out referral bonuses anymore? How many Prime drivers do you think would just stop uploading videos? The millions of Prime drivers out there all going, I want to be just like Junior Honduras and collect 6 figures a year at referral bonuses. And good for him. I don't talk down on that. Everybody needs to hustle, of course. So if Junior Honduras made all that money, good for him, right? But it's funny that now there's a million Prime drivers uploading the world's most boring fucking trucking videos. I just made more Prime enemies. Sorry, guys. I got more jokes about you, though. I'm not going to quit. I apologize for that one. I don't apologize for any in the future. But if Prime were to stop doing that, how many trucking YouTubers would just disappear? Right? Oh, don't forget to use my referral code, RIMJOB. That's my referral code. If I ever go to Prime, hey, I'm sorry, but if you can be CoxJam and whatever other weird referral codes that you guys have, I can be RIMJOB if I want to be. I don't give a fuck, okay? That's just too damn bad. But I imagine prime drivers will leave this platform in droves once they realize they're not able to get referral bonuses. And I don't know if other companies are doing it, getting rid of referral bonuses. But for mine to say, hey, we're not doing it anymore, very indicative of the trucking market that we're in. That is the first thing that I noticed, right? That's the first thing that I noticed. And that is very scary to think about. If companies are seriously getting rid of referral bonuses, it means we're in bad fucking shape. We're in bad shape. They're just straight up saying we don't need any more drivers right now. Hopefully they're not bringing in new ones for new orientations. Hopefully they've stopped doing that. I don't know. And just maybe we'll just stop replacing drivers for a month or two. And see what happens, see if that kind of helps out the situation. And I don't know the state of that, but as of right now, my company referral bonus is gone completely, which is okay for me. I wasn't referring anyone anyways, but I was referred, so I hope my friend that referred me still gets their bonus. I think they're still paying, people that came in on a referral, but nobody knew. Nobody knew. Another thing I noticed, okay, guys, I thought I got in trouble last night. Okay, I thought I got in trouble because my truck is normally governed at 70. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I would totally lie to my safety department. If they called, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But I was coming through California and I was letting her rip, baby. I was getting the fuck out of California. That's what I was doing. And so their speed limit is 55. I will just say I was not going 55. Okay. I was letting that fucker go. Like, it's time to get the hell out of this state. I don't mind California, but then sometimes it's like, I need to get out of here. I've had enough. I've had all I can take. And I was just rolling out of California, right? By the time I got out of California, where we had a normal speed limit, I went to crank that bitch up to 70. And it wouldn't accelerate past 67. First thing I thought, was there a mechanical issue with this truck? No. If I was derated, it would be much slower than that. 67's pretty fast for a derated truck. So it's not that. Huh. That's weird. And then I thought, oh man, they probably got me excessive speeds. Come on, it's California we're talking about, right? So maybe they would have said excessive speeds, but it was California. Why would they switch my governed speed on my truck over that? But that's what I was thinking. I'm like, fuck, I just got myself in trouble. Damn it. I was really, really getting into it out there. And then this morning when I got up, I actually sent in a message like, hey, my truck's governed at 67, and it used to be governed at 70. Did I get in trouble? And I got a message back. And the message I got back was, yes, we just governed all our trucks down to 67. And I went, oh, a little fuel savings. I got you. A little bit of fuel savings. I doubt it's a safety issue. Most likely it's more of a fuel savings issue. We're going to drop every truck by 3 miles per hour. And over however many trucks they have, you should see actually pretty substantial fuel savings by doing that. So these are 2 cost-cutting measures so far in the company that I'm at. Now, when I get to the third one, guys, this is the one we really need to think about. When I get to the third thing that's going on, but we're not quite there yet. Give me just a few minutes to ramble on about these 3 miles per hour, because what's going to happen with that, it could be one of 2 things. It could be the fuel cost, or they're saying we just don't need as many truckers as we have right now. How do we piss off a few truckers? Knock that speed down a little bit. And I know it seems petty, and I understand, I make fun of truckers a lot, and I will make fun of truckers until the day I die, because truckers do goofy shit, and they provide really, really good jokes for me that entertains my audience. How about it? But you want to see a trucker throw an absolute fucking temper tantrum, or trucker tantrum, as I've been calling it lately in my own mind. We'll see if that catches on or not. Trucker tantrum. Knock the speed of his truck down a few miles per hour and watch him flip the fuck out. I don't know how many trucks are in my company. I have no fucking clue. But I bet a lot of truckers lost their fucking minds over this 3 mile per hour difference. I almost did too. I was like, what the fuck is this? It changes the entire dynamic of driving now. It changes the entire driving experience. It's something to adjust to, because I know a lot of people are saying, dude, it's only 3 miles per hour. But when you're passing other trucks all day or getting behind other trucks all day, whatever you need to do, you adjust to that mindset of this truck goes 70. So I know I can, get around this truck, that truck. Now I have to ride behind different trucks that I could pass just yesterday. And it changes the entire dynamic now of how I approach different trucking companies, and just trucks governed at different speeds. Does it make my job harder? Not necessarily. It just means I have to adapt to a difference of 3 miles per hour. It doesn't seem like a lot to a lot of people, but if you're a trucker, it is a lot, and it does make a significant difference, and it's going to lead to a lot of fucking aggravation on the road, because we used to be able to just whip around that guy, and now we can't. And not only aggravation for us, but the general motoring public, who's got to wait longer on us at 3 miles per hour slower to get around people. Now, it's not a huge deal to me. It's just, adapt to the situation. But I wonder if it's enough, because we know the kind of tantrums that truckers have. We know that this is probably enough to force a few to park the fucking truck and quit. And I wonder if that was their plan. I wonder if that's what they were thinking. Like, not only are we going to, I'm spitting all over the place, everywhere. Good thing it's a fucking rental car, because I would be mad if I was spitting this much all over my own damn car. I don't know what is going on with me today, but I am just spitting everywhere when I talk. Holy shit. God damn. Anyways, on top of the fuel savings they're going to see, they're of course going to see maybe some truckers just turn in the keys. Say, you know what, I'm not running at 67 miles per hour. Are they justified in saying that? Not up to me to decide. Not up to me to decide. It's how much aggravation can you handle. That's basically the name of this job. How much aggravation can you handle? And for some people, that may be the tipping point. So are they using it for fuel savings, but does it kind of double back and get rid of a few drivers that maybe they don't need anymore? Hard to say. Here's the last thing I want to talk about that my company's doing that is indicating that this is going to get a lot fucking worse. I didn't put this together till just now, till all these things happened. I went through the terminal a couple weeks ago because I was informed that I needed a B service on my truck, right? I don't know what is included in A and B service. I'm not a mechanic. I'm a truck driver. But oil changes, things like that, right? I got into the terminal, pulled into the shop, and they looked at the number on my truck, noticed it was not a lease truck, and they said, we've been instructed to turn away all company vehicles for service. And I said, well, that's probably one of the dumbest things I think I've ever heard. What do you mean? We're just joking around with the mechanic, right? He said, we are only supposed to be working on lease trucks. I said, okay. I said, I was informed that I needed a B service. I'm here. And he said, oh, I better go check the email. I better go check the email, because we're not allowed to work on company trucks unless we are specifically told to work on them. And I said, whatever you need to do, because I got to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck. Don't matter to me. It's not my truck. If you don't want to change the fucking oil in it, I don't care. If you don't want to put on, I got a tire with a slow leak. If you don't want to fix that, I don't fucking care. I got an airline, the red airline's leaking just a little bit. Taped it up a little bit, just, and said, well, they're going to fix it because it ain't my truck. If you don't want to fix it, I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck. I'm a company driver, right? So I don't care. But it doesn't sound like a very good decision for them to not be maintaining their company trucks. But they are instructed that when a lease truck comes through, they are to fix anything needed to be fixed on that and perform any services necessary. What does this tell me? What does this tell me? What it tells me that in the next couple weeks, I might see my company coming to me and saying, hey, have you ever thought about our lease purchase program? Which I'm not going to lie to you guys, kind of thinking about it. I might actually do it. It has nothing to do with all this. I might actually do it. The money looks, I'm not going to like justify myself to everybody. I'm tired of like explaining why I think the way I do. I don't mind explaining why I think why I do, but why like people think I need to defend it. Quick explanation, the money will be about the same, but it eliminates the sort of aggravations that I'm having with my company where, you know, they parked me near where I was supposed to go for my home time once and then said I couldn't go because they didn't want to spend the fuel. I would have just done that. You know, it kind of takes care of some aggravations that I have, but the money's about the same, if I'm being honest with you. But I will not be surprised if in the next couple weeks, if I don't decide to move over to lease myself, that they come to me and say, hey, you know, Josh, maybe you need to consider our lease program. What do you think? What do you think? Right? So they're basically cutting drivers by not doing referral bonuses anymore, lowering the governed speed of the truck. Like I said, is going to save fuel. This is just a quick recap, but it is going to cost them some drivers. That is absolutely true. And I do not know how many people they are bringing in for orientations on a weekly basis, but my guess is it should be none. It should be none if this is where we're at. But the very biggest part of this entire video, the most terrifying part of all of it, is I think it's going to be very, very common now. If you thought trucking companies weren't trying before, any trucking company that's offering a lease purchase is probably going to start pushing that more onto their drivers. And you might even see companies that never offered a lease purchase starting to offer it now. Why are they doing that? This is very simple stuff because they are trying to push the cost of doing business onto all the truck drivers now. That's why they're doing it. Why would my company say, oh, well, we're not sure if we can work on this as a company truck? Because they want me to take on the responsibility. They want me to take on the truck payment. They want me to take on the fuel cost. And they want me to take on the maintenance of that truck. Trucking companies at this point especially, even if it was true before, but at this point especially, are no longer interested in paying the cost of doing business. They want you to do it. This has been coming for a long fucking time. When the federal government decided they were going to let the trucking industry basically enslave truckers to them through lease purchase programs, low wages, things like that, and they just let it fly for all these years, now we are seeing this come to fruition. Is that the right word? I don't know. I'm a dumb trucker. Now that we're in a shit market, and it ain't showing any fucking signs whatsoever of getting better, there are companies straight up saying, we're not going to maintain that truck because you're not paying the bill on it. Once you start paying the bill on that truck, we will be happy to perform any service on that truck. Now, I said earlier, as a company driver, I just don't know if I give a fuck. You don't want to fix your own truck? Oh, well, what's that got to do with me? The only time it has something to do with me is if that truck is not safe to drive, will not pass an inspection, then do I make the decision, do we as company drivers make the decision to not operate that vehicle? In theory, that's what we should be doing, right? It is not safe to drive. I am not going to operate it. Well, we're not going to fix it. We're not going to fix it. And if you're not going to drive it, I guess you're not going to make any fucking money there, are you, driver? However, if you looked into our lease purchase program, we could fix that truck for you. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I think that we are going to see a lot of companies, now that I've seen this, doing a heavy, heavy push towards we need to start getting these trucks leased out. Now, from their side of the table, this is actually a very, very fucking smart move. They will be the trucking companies left standing when this is all said and done. Any company right now on, let's say 100 trucks or more. 100 trucks or more, I'm just pulling that out of my ass. Any company 100 trucks or more that is only offering jobs to company drivers will be the ones to go under. The trucking companies that are not only leasing out trucks, but starting to force that lease onto their drivers are going to be the ones to stand the test of time and pull through this very, very bad fucking market. The reason is we're paying We're paying to keep them in business. How about it? How about that? Smart fucking business move on their part. But I can guarantee you, not guarantee you, but I can probably almost guarantee you that we are going to see heavy pushes towards you leasing the truck. And if you don't lease the truck, you can probably bet you're going to see yourself getting starved out of miles. Hey, we got to take care of our lease drivers, man. They've got truck payments to make, so we got to make sure they're getting taken care of. And you will get told by a dispatcher at some point, at least one of you will, hey, sorry, but company drivers aren't the priority right now. We got to keep these lease drivers rolling. You elected to stay company. That's your business. You know, that's your business. And they are definitely going to force the cost onto us. But they will be the ones to survive, because there are millions of truckers out there that believe the same thing I do, as naive as that thing is. And I understand fully that it was 100% completely naive. If I take on this lease and I get out there and I just work hard, one day I'm going to own that truck. Happens sometimes. It sure does. Every once in a while, somebody walks away with the title of that truck. As a matter of fact, I talked to a driver at my company a couple weeks ago that is a lease driver that has been doing it for about 6 years, and that was about a month ago, a couple weeks ago. So as a matter of fact, this month, he said he will be walking away with the title of his truck. So good for him. It does happen sometimes. But it's very rare that it happens. Most of us quit before that lease is up, and we don't end up with the ownership of the truck. That's the fate of most of us over-the-road truck drivers right now. And I can guarantee we're going to see, even on a bigger scale than we've seen before, because we do see it, especially all over YouTube. I've been guilty of it myself, is people bouncing from company to company to lease purchase program. But I bet you guys, it's going to be the only option we have as over-the-road truck drivers pretty soon. The only option we'll have will be lease purchase companies. Watch for it. Maybe I'm wrong. But watch for it. Companies that didn't do lease purchase before might be introducing their new lease purchase program. Sounds real tempting, doesn't it? And I am already seeing it at my company through those examples I've given, but most importantly, that the shop was instructed to not fix company trucks, not perform service on them. Now they are fixing my truck, because I was like, I don't know if I was told to come here, and I made it onto the email. I think I mentioned that to get it fixed. But had I not been on that email to get the service done, they weren't going to do it. They would not have done it. The other things that I needed fixed that I mentioned, like, can you do this with the service, is only getting done because it's in there for service anyways. Well, we might as well do it while it's here. Those things would not be fixed if I didn't need that service right now. So like I said, I am considering going into the lease. I'm not going to defend myself. I'm not going to explain my reasoning. I have the reasons that I mentioned earlier, and that is okay. But I am only going into that lease if they're going to put a brand new truck in front of me. Hey, you know what? You want to pass on the cost to me, then you're going to pass on the warranty to me, and hopefully we can avoid repairs for a little while. Hopefully. We're all going down with this ship, folks, is the fucking point I'm trying to make. They are about to take every one of us over-the-road drivers the fuck down with them. They're going to use us as a tool to survive. Ain't nothing we can do about it, because we have absolutely no protection from the government whatsoever when it comes to trucking. And a lot of you that are going to say in the comments, it don't matter to me, I'll just stay company. That's not going to work. Now, a lot of you might say that are over-the-road drivers, you might say, don't matter to me, I'll just go local. Cool, that might work until that market's flooded, right? But us over-the-road truckers that live and breathe this shit, right? I'm sorry, but that's my sector of trucking. That's where I live, right? The only way they'll survive is by using us as a fucking tool to carry them through this hard time. And they're going to force us to do it. You know how they're going to force us? Starve you the fuck out if you're a company driver. Guaranteed. Guaranteed that's what's going to happen. So I'm getting to the point of the video where I feel like I'm repeating myself. I don't have much to add to this. I obviously welcome your comments. I may be wrong, but just looking at the signs of what I'm seeing, this is my prediction. This is what I think is going to happen. And I think the little guys, me and you, People like us are the ones that are about to carry this industry through a very, very tough time, and there will be no thank you at the end. We're going to be lucky if we even get lube in the process, guys. We're just going to take it, or we're going to look for something else. Those are your choices. Y'all have a good day. I'm going to go in and drink beer because I earned those beers, and I'm allowed to. See you guys later. Bye now.